Good morning, everyone. Good morning. Lovely to see you all here. Good morning. Good morning. Let me change some lights around. I went for a quick walk this morning. I just got back like 2 minutes ago. But I was only gone for about 20 minutes. I walked up the hill and back down. It is a beautiful summer day here during the spring. We're going to be up above 80 degrees today. Oh, wow. I am so excited. Yes, I have my dark Italian espresso roast. Good morning, Debbie Brown. And hi, Clint. How are you? Well, it's been a pretty relaxing week for me. I've only been working on the Birds and Butterfly Junk Journal. And I have some things planned for today. So without further ado, let me just walk over here for a second. And see what we can do next here. Let me move the camera down a little bit. There we go. All right. I'm doing well this morning. I feel refreshed. I had a good night's sleep last night. And I'm going to move this light up here like this. Let me just switcheroo real quick with the light. Alrighty. It should be a little bit better. Okay. So I had a good night's sleep last night. I have slept about 8 hours and got up this morning and just, did a little bit of me time prepping for going live this morning. And I really don't have a whole lot on my mind. So I often wonder, what will I talk about while we're live? I always find things to talk about, right? I'm glad you're all here this morning with me. It's great to see everyone here. How's the weather in your area? Good morning, little gypsy. I'm excited for today. I really am. We've gotten a lot of rain here. Oh, goodness. Yes, I forgot to mention the rain. Wow. So I was out walking the other day and didn't have an umbrella with me. I got stuck in a torrential pour down. It was quite interesting. It was warm enough, so that was one nice thing about it. And it was raining very hard. So a couple times I stopped and, got underneath the umbrella of the trees to try to not get so wet. But I was out walking for over an hour. And, when I first headed out, it was cloudy. They were calling for rain. And I didn't think I would be that long. I ended up walking like 5 miles that day. Anyhow, So it was quite interesting. I got home, I literally had to peel my clothes off because they were just so wet and stuck to me, and I threw them over the shower rod, shower curtain rod, to let them drip dry. Oh, it was something else. So that's how my week, some of my week has been. Yeah. And last time we were here, I started to sew the lace onto the signatures, and I did the first one with you all when we were live, and since then I finished it up. So there's 5 signatures, and every signature has a set of lace on it, the front and the back page. So it looks pretty good, I think. I still have a couple things to do with that because, well, here's the thing. I really just wanted to move along after I sewed these up. So if you missed last week, what I would tell you is that I sewed the lace on much like Gail Agostinelli does. So if you watched how Gail sews it on, then you will already know this, but I will tell you anyhow. On the end tails, okay, there's no back stitch either way. So what I've done is leave the extra tail long and tie a knot in each end. And it holds well. So just as long as it's a knot, tie it and then knot it, you don't need to backstitch. So that's what I need to finish up right now. So I will be tying 8 knots here, you guys. Sorry if this is kind of boring for you, but it's part of the process. And that's what I was thinking when I titled this live last night, was that it's not just a work in progress, but it's a work in process. So people could see, the process behind doing some of these things, such as not backstitching. It's paper. It is kind of fragile. I will say that. And so I'm a little bit careful with, especially coffee dyed paper. It seems like coffee dyed paper, once it's been coffee dyed, it's a little bit more brittle. So I do have to take some care with that as well, Good morning to anybody I missed coming in. Vanessa, I see. Are you going to have a napkin sale soon? If that was your video, I saw it in my subscription list. If that was you, let us know. Are you going to be having a sale on napkins soon? Okay, so I'm going to get back to tying these knots here. And after I finish tying these knots, I will trim the ends a little bit. I do want to leave some of the length on, but not all of it. And make it look a little bit shabby, right? And then whoever does wind up purchasing this from one of Defy's auctions for, to support the hardest then they can leave it on if they want, or if they don't like that kind of look, they could just snip it off. No problemo. Okay. All right. So we got to do 6 more of these already. And like I was saying about the rain, everything is green and lush and blooming, flowers blooming all over, lots of color right now. It's very beautiful. And I like to, this window right here next to me. I like to sit here and look out the window. I do more gazing out the window, daydreaming, than I do crafting or working on any art projects. I was thinking last night, how they say spend time contemplating your belly button. I was thinking I could spend my lifetime just contemplating life itself, and I would not ever be bored with that. Just a little bit about what kind of person I am, I guess. I do find some humor in it, though. So lately, I have been distracting myself, not so much with art projects, but some work that needed done here at home, organizing and spring cleaning, and I'm still doing that, because I still have things I need to get rid of. Oh, let me tell you, last week I got rid of let me think now. I could tell you exactly 6 large boxes, large boxes of my college books from undergraduate college. That was almost 30 years ago, 25 years ago. And I've been lugging them around all these years, thinking I might need them for something at some point. I don't know. Well, I'm just tired of them. Tell you the truth, I've never needed them really much since then. I did use them a little bit here and there throughout the years, but since my children have grown up and all that, I haven't had a need to even really look at them. My algebra books, geometry books, science books, and sociology books, psychology books, and so on. So I did get rid of a lot of them. That was part of my spring cleaning. And in a way, it was something that I'd struggled with for, obviously a couple of decades, holding on to those books. Because, at the time when I purchased those books, they were very expensive. College books aren't cheap. I kept a lot of them. Most of them I did not sell back to the bookstore. And so I'd have to say, when I did finally get rid of them last week, it was much easier than I had always imagined it was going to be. Like, I'd struggled many years holding on to them and just would not let them go. And then when I got rid of them last week, there was no struggle in it. It was just something I made up my mind. It's time to let them go. And they're off to a better place, I'm sure. And c'est la vie. That's been part of my spring cleaning that, I didn't do many years ago. And so I can't really say that it's bothered me that much, because it hasn't. I feel relieved. That's a good thing. All right, this is the last signature that I have to tie these on, tie the ends on. And then I thought, I'm going to go through these signatures real quick and see what else I have to sew inside before sewing in the signatures, because I'm just about ready to sew in the signatures now. And, some of the pockets, I might want to stitch. We'll see. Let me see. Oh, and I'm going to need everyone's help in a little bit here. So I picked out some color choices to sew the signatures in. So if maybe in a little while we can all take a vote. I know the camera won't really show that well, but I think we'll have a pretty good idea. I think I hear Birdie. Hi, Birdie, you coming in? Come and say hi, everybody. Come on, Bird. Well, Birdie's standing in the doorway. Birdie is a 14-year-old German short-hair pointer mix. And she just come up to see what I was doing, I suppose. And she's gone again. She'll go lay down on her bed and probably go back to sleep. Okay, let me see. Did I do? Yes, I think. Now, let me make sure I didn't miss any of these. Because you know how it is when you're flipping things around, right? I'm going to check and make sure I got them all. And that we're right side up on that one. Let me check this one real quick. Looks good. And then I'll snip these ends a little bit. Looks good. Okay. Oh, I didn't tie this one in a good enough knot. I got to finish this one here. That one looks good. Yeah. Okay. I must have only tied this one once right here because it was coming undone. There we go. Hey, Bird, what's up, babe? What you doing? I'll make sure that's the right side up. Yep. Okay. And check this one real quick. Okay, it looks good. Well, I am going to, wherever I put my phone real quick, I will, thought I was going, you know what? I think it's right here. I want to catch up on the chat real quick, okay?
Playing from Tina's Galaxy A11.
So I'll catch up on the chat and turn the sewing machine on real quick. Because I know I'm going to have to sew some of these. Because I know I'm going to have to sew. All right, now the volume's off. All right. Vanessa, you're back. I was asking, are you having a sale soon? A napkin sale? All right, let me see here. Let's trim some of these real quick. So I think that the first signature is about how long I want the ends to be, the end tails to be. So I'd say that's what, maybe an inch. Let's see. Hate to tell you guys something and not be oh. So it's almost 3 inches. See that? I'm glad I checked. So all I'm gonna do just to make these even is just line them up like this and trim them, you know, because I do want them to be a little bit uniform. It's gonna be shabby anyway, so. I'm gonna turn this one. Give it a little bit of a haircut. I think this one got turned upside down. It sure did. Okay, this goes this way. Are we right now? Yes, we are. Bye, Angie. Thanks for stopping in. Well, I'll see you next time. I think I could do these last two at the same time. I just want to make sure I get them all out there. There we go. If you came in a few minutes after I started, then you missed me say how beautiful this spring day here is, because it's like a summer day today. It's going to be in the 80s, and I will be outside doing something today. Not sure what. Maybe cut the grass, go for a hike. I'm really not too sure. I already got in nearly a 5-mile hike earlier this week caught in a thunderstorm. So that was pretty interesting. And I've been recuperating from that, to tell you the truth. Yeah, it was a little rough. Carrying that extra water weight home. All right. What's everyone drinking this morning? All right, I'm going to go through these and see what needs sewn on the machine before I sew in the signatures. So I think that would look nice sewn, because this is going to be a it's going to be a tuck spot or a flip out. So this one, I think I'm going to leave those a flip out. And this would need a little bit of sewing here. And I think that's it. All right. So let's go ahead and... So this was a notebook paper. And you know the composition books. I took, they're sewn in. Normally they're sewn in. So I took the threads out, got a full double sheet, double both sides of the composition notebook, and coffee dyed it and cut it down to size. And now we have these little, instead of cutting the bottom off, I folded it up so that we can have a tuck spot here. So all I'm going to do now is do a little stitch here and a little stitch here on 5 of these, because there's 5 signatures. So it'll go pretty quick. Now, absolutely could just, put a little bit of Fabri-Tac on here and call it a day. But I'll be doing enough of that anyway, so. I'm going to get up there to the edge. Okay. This one, I am going to tie the side of this one. The bottom one, I backstitched a little bit, but I did not backstitch the top. So I'm going to tie a knot in this real quick and move on to the next one. Yeah, sorry, fingers just do not want to work this morning for some reason. Sometimes they do, sometimes they don't. There we go. I think I've got it now. Okay. And I'm going to trim this real quick. Yeah, try not to trim my hair in the process. And just turn it over and do the other one. So what I'm going to do is backstitch real quick. Just so I don't have to tie knots anymore, okay? Make it a little easier. Here we go. So what do you all have planned for today? I imagine I'll be live for a couple hours this morning. And then I will be outside with Birdie. We're going to enjoy this day. Oh, yeah. Birdie does need a bath. So I have a kiddie pool for her. And I believe I will fill it up early and let the water get warm and give her a bath outside today. I think she'd like that. When Birdie was younger, she loved to play in the water outside. And last year, she didn't have much of an interest in it. So I'm kind of hoping that she enjoys it today. We'll see. Just to be outside and have a nice day. I think that will be good. Sorry, I'm not doing much talking at the moment. It's been a moment since I've sewn in signatures, so this morning I had to do a little bit of brushing up. That was part of my preparation for today. I think we can handle it. Has not really been that long. When I was in middle school, I think probably 7th grade, right around there. I think it was 7th and 8th grade. We had sewing and cooking for home economics. And I can't remember which one I had first, if it was sewing or if it was cooking. But long story short, I have been using a sewing machine since then. So, I don't know, since like 14 or 15 years old. I know that's not, a lot of people learn how to use a sewing machine even younger than that. So yeah, I'm not the best, but I just have, a lot of years experience with the sewing machine. So. So there's only a few more of these to do. Get these done. Oh, one more. Last one, and I'm going to catch up on the chat real quick, see what everybody's talking about this morning. All right, pretty easy peasy there. Oh, so my whole point about telling you about the sewing way back then, okay? 40 probably 40 some years close to that. I never imagined that I'd be sewing on paper. I'm sure a lot of us thought that, right? Who knew? Okay, let me clean up some of these scrap threads so that they don't get stuck on anything in the book. And take a quick break here, have a sip of my coffee. Okay, let me catch up on the chat with you all. All right, I'm caught. I'm up to the top where Vanessa's saying hi to Birdie and Clint's asking about ideas for his live stream. I would think on that, Clint. And Janet asked him, what does he like to do? Angie had to leave. How about clusters, Clint? I love making clusters, and I like watching how other people process and, put their clusters together. That might be cool. Let's see, what else? Yes, postage stamps are a cool idea. I like that. Yeah, postage stamps are real cute. I'm catching up. Debbie Brown says she's still above ground. Whoop, whoop. Me too. Okay, so Clint's going to be live at 2 p.m. this afternoon. If one of the mods wouldn't mind, could you link Clint's video or his channel? That would be sweet. And Vanessa says she was thinking the same thing when she took home ec. You know, about sewing on paper. Well, who would have imagined? Good morning, Janice. I'm catching up on the chat right at the moment. Oh, no, Vanessa, I didn't see. I don't know how I missed that comment, but your answer about the napkin sale, you haven't picked a date yet. Well, I think you said in your, I just read the description. I didn't take the minute to watch the video yet, but I think you said that when you do pick a date, you'll make a video announcing the date. So if that's the case, I'll definitely be watching for your upcoming video to announce the date of your napkin sale. I've watched one of your other napkin sales, and gosh, you have such a wide variety of beautiful napkins. I just love your napkins, Vanessa. So yes, everybody watching, check out Vanessa's channel for her napkin sale. It's fantastic. Yeah, you know, I was a little foggy this morning when I woke up, Clint. I've only been up since 6 o'clock. I went to sleep a little bit late. You know, at 10 o'clock, 10 p.m. is a little bit late for me. I usually go to sleep a lot earlier. And I slept good. I slept nearly 8 hours. Yeah. But I didn't get up until... Thanks, Janet Nash, for posting Clint's channel, and Debbie Brown. Thank you both. As somebody could post Vanessa's channel too, if you'd like, that would be great. I appreciate my mods. Thank you for being here and helping me out. Okay, so what was I just saying? Oh man, I just forgot. Oh, all right. So yeah, I was a little bit foggy brained this morning when I woke up. I'm not sure why. Maybe just a little bit too much sleep. I don't know. Anywho, my quick fix for that was put my Pandora channel on that I like to listen to. And I just started thinking about, you know, what's next in this process of, you know, working on the birds and butterfly junk journal stuff that I need to, you know, get done on here. I wanted to stay on focus this morning and, you know, not be doing a bunch of other experiments and things, because those things, they take away time. Although I do love to do experiments, they take away from the time I need to focus on this journal and get it finished up, right? Thank you, Janet, for posting Vanessa's channel. Okay, one more flip through here. I want to have I'm all caught up on the chat, by the way. I want to flip through here and see what do I need to do before I sew the signatures in, okay? So I think one of the things I might do real quick is do some inking around the edges. Okay. So that's one thing I might do real quick. Let me see what else. Can I shut the sewing machine off? I am going to make these music pages. I think I'm going to leave them flip outs rather than sew down. And if I change my mind, since they're right on the edge there, it wouldn't be too hard to sew that if I wanted to. All right. I don't think there's anything else I want to use the machine for. So what I'm going to do is shut this off real fast and move my chair out of the way. I'm on my feet again today, you guys. I'm not really sitting down that much. Maybe when I need to take a rest, I will move the chair back and sit down. I don't know. Alrighty. So I like to think that my process of putting together junk journals it's really not it's really, although I am doing it and it's kind of my creation by doing it, I'm not doing anything really that different by the process itself. I follow a lot of other great YouTubers that I've learned from them over time, like we all have, and some things just make it make the process a little bit easier by inking before you sew in the signatures, doing all the sewing machine stuff that you want to do on here is easier before you sew in the signatures and things like that. It really is a very organized step-by-step process, and it's just moving through it. For me, that takes a long time. I'm not lickety split making decisions, and I think that's what to do junk journals quickly and efficient. I mean, you could do it efficiently. That's not the thing, but to do it quickly, I would need to be quicker at making decisions. So I like to have options. So here's a prime example. You guys, I've picked out different colors of floss. Now, I will hold them up. We have, I'll go from lighter to darker. So we have some blues here. Let me see if the camera will, not really picking it up too great. What if I shine a light on it? Well, that kind of picked up the colors a little bit better. Okay, so those are the blues, and then I picked out two grays. And here's the spine of the journal. It already has the holes in it. It was, I received it this way, so I don't have to put the holes in, although I do need to make a template for the signatures. So I will do that in a moment. But one of the things we need to do is pick out the color that would not only look good on the outside of the spine, but also on the center of the signatures. So that's kind of what I'm thinking about. This morning when I was preparing and pulling out the different colors of floss, that's what I was thinking. What's going to look good on the spine and what's going to look good in the center of each signature. I don't want anything that is going to contrast a lot, okay? And I think the lighter blue, the two lighter blues, I think definitely contrast too much, okay? Now this blue is very pretty. And this blue is very pretty. And what do we think about the gray? Because we have gray on the cover, okay? So we have gray on the cover and let me see here. I need to look at this closer. Is this a gold or a gray? You know, the print on here, it is too hard to tell if that was a gold or a gray. I'm thinking it looks more gray, to tell you, like a grayish beige color. Okay. I am going to read the chat before I decide. So everybody, let me know what you think here about this. Do we want to go with one of the grays, the darker gray or the light gray? We have a medium blue and a dark blue. And I think, the grays, they look beautiful on the signature paper. They really do. They look beautiful. So, okay. What I'm going to do is move this over, try to bring it up to the camera and see if you guys could get a better, there they go. There they go. All right, hold on. If I can get the light to shine on it, good. And the camera, we might get a focus. All right, what do you guys think? What I'm seeing on the screen is pretty close to accurate. Okay, I see Clint saying medium blue, and let me see what else we have. And Janice is saying medium blue. And Vanessa is saying those are great colors. Thank you. Thank you, Vanessa. Okay, let me close this back up. You still like the medium blue. Okay. Well, so far, medium blue is in the lead with 2 votes and no votes for anything else. Good morning, Barb. Nice to see you. And anyone else I've missed coming in this morning? Make sure everybody catches Janet Nash tomorrow morning. She will be live at 9 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. I think you all have Janet Nash's channel, but if somebody would like to put Janet Nash channel link in for the future, for anybody who, may be watching the replay, sometime in the future that, may not know Janet Nash's channel. So if somebody would like to post that link, that would be nice too. Yes. So I sent a package to Janet Nash. It was from the hardest birthday bash back in February. I cannot believe she just received it the other day. It took that long to in the meanwhile, I've gotten 2 packages from Janet Nash. Beautiful, beautiful packages from Janet Nash. So I don't know what the holdup was. I'm a little bit I don't know what the word is for it. It's surprised, I guess, that it took nearly 2 months to get to her, and I don't know what the holdup was. And there we have it. Ooh, drying ginger and making sauerkraut. Yummy. Yeah, Freddie does run the show, doesn't he? I saw Freddie out for a walk from Janet Nash's video the other day. Janet took Freddie out for a walk at the park. Was it Croydon? I'm not sure. My memory may not be that great. But they went for a walk in a park, and all the trees were blooming. Beautiful. I'm not sure what those trees were, but they had beautiful pinkish reddish blooms on them. Just beautiful. Okay, so I think we're gonna go with the medium. Already. So what I need to do now is move these out of the way. And I need to make a little template of these holes that are already in here. That way I could, get the holes right on the signature so they line up, okay? And I've got this little pokey tool. Don't ask me what it's called. It's something that my son gave me to use. So he does modeling work, like models that you can put together and make things. And this is like one of the tools that he uses, and it has this like screw thing that you can close up and put different attachments in. So some of them are little needles like this. Some of them are tiny little screwdrivers and so on. So what I'm going to do is tighten down the needle part here so that I have it on there pretty good. I'm going to be poking some holes here at some point this morning, okay? All right, got it. That's all set. And I will get the glasses back on here. And my trusty old phone book here, with all my pokey holes in it already from my other junk journals. I just keep this one, that way I can have it available when I need it. So the holes are actually easier to see on the outside than they are on the inside, because the inside already has that paper down. I need to grab a pair of scissors real quick. Just cut some of this off because I don't need all this. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm just lining this up so that it's, straight. And I can, there we go. So if you know me, I walk around a lot while I'm live streaming, right? Now, this spine, it already has an eyelet hole in it. So what I'm doing is I'm just lining up my graph paper on the eye. It just so happens that, it does line up pretty well on the paper because there's a hole in the paper, I'm not saying this is the way to do it. This is just how I'm doing it today because this is very unconventional. Normally, okay, if I had done this cover myself, right, I would have made one pattern and used that one pattern for the spine and the signatures. But I did not make this cover. So therefore, I do need to make a pattern that I can use on the signatures. And I'm just kind of winging it because, yeah. All right, let me flip this over and I think we're still lined up. Now this, I am not worried about poking through onto my craft table because I just have the sheet down over top of my drafting table. So that's no biggie there. Okay, I'm going to go down to, where are the next ones? Okay, way down here. And then they're down here. All right, so one thing I am going to change on this, because this is only a three hole stitch, is I want to make it a 5-hole stitch. So I'm going to put in a set of holes here and a set of holes here and a set of holes here. Okie dokie. And I will turn it over this way now so I can see on the graph paper where it's going to be even. So right about here. Whoop, there we go. It came loose. Hold on a second. I pushed just a little bit too hard. There we go. And here. Go back and check, make sure these went all the way through. I think they did. Yeah. All right. Now we have to do the same down here. All right, so right about here. And so I'm just lining up the new holes with the old holes so that there'll be a straight line. I do like to use graph paper when doing this. It makes it a lot easier to just use graph paper. You know, the counting and everything, you know, making sure things line up and so on. Sorry, my punch is moving around a little bit here. All right, there we go. All right. Let me just check these holes real quick. I think they should be good. Yeah. And yeah, we're good. All right. So we know this is the top because of the hole. I will write it up here. Anywho, it's good to mark it just in case you forget. All right, so we have the extra. This is going to be a 5-stitch pamphlet stitch here, okay? And we have our new pattern for the signatures. We're ready? And I'm going to set this here. And if you all wouldn't mind, I need to take like a 2-minute break real quick. Run downstairs, you know, the 18 stairs down and 18 stairs back up. Grab some coffee real quick. And Birdie's starting to talk down there, so I will stop to see what's happening with her real quick. Alrighty? Everybody talk nice, and I'll be right back. Thank you. I'm back. I do believe that Birdie was just wanting a little bit of attention. Oh, Debbie Brown, did you watch the PBS show about Youngstown, Ohio? It was a little bit interesting, and I found that the scope was very narrow. It was very in depth for what they did cover. I thought they did a great job. The group of people who made the special about Youngstown, but it was a very narrow scope. I do have to say that there's so much more going on here in Youngstown than that. The majority of it's not good, so I am not even going to get into any of that. I would just leave it at that. I will say that all the reports that that you may have heard about Youngstown are probably true. It is one of the poorest cities in the nation. At one time, it was one of the wealthiest cities in the nation. So, the special was about housing, affordable housing in our area. One of the good things that recently happened here was, I believe, that the Mahoning River cleanup project through, I believe it is the Green Team may be involved in it, if I'm not mistaken. Our local area Green Team. I think there's some, they got some funding to do more cleanup with the Mahoning River. So they want to, of course, put entertainment on the river here, different types of entertainment, gambling on the riverboat and things like that, riverboat rides, whatnot. That's yes, I agree, Janice. I totally agree. So I worked previously in this lifetime. It seems like it was another lifetime ago, but I've worked in property management for several years in the past, and would meet with prospective renters. Yeah, they would fill out the application for the property, for the rental property, and then I would do a background check on them. And one of the background things that we would look for is employment and income amount. And we use a formula for renting to renters. And the formula is a standard. It's I'm pretty sure it's a nationwide standard, but it's a standard that we've been using in Ohio anyway for as long as I can remember. It's that income, monthly income, should be 4 times the amount of what the cost of rent would be per month. So if the rent was $500 a month, then the monthly income should be $2,000 a month. That way, it's a good formula for assuring that the renter could afford to pay the rent. Well, that formula is pretty good formula at making that estimation, but the problem is now, as I see it, as the majority of rent in my area is more than $500 a month, and the majority of people in my area make less than $2,000 a month. So even if renters somehow luck into getting a rental property, chances are most of them will not be able to afford it for very long. A couple of years, maybe a year or two. And then it will be just too much unless something changes within their finances. So yes, affordable housing it just does not exist right now. Debbie Brown, thank you for posting the link. I'm glad you found it. I grew up in Youngstown. I was born here, and then my family moved to Detroit, Michigan when I was an infant. And I went to elementary school in Detroit. I still have a lot of family that lives in Detroit. I have friends that live there. In the early 70s, we came back to Youngstown, and I've been here pretty much ever since. Lived in Columbus, Ohio for a while. Traveled around the United States different times, and here we are. Okay, let me see. What can I do now? Oh, I know what I wanted to do was, before I do any more, you know, since we have this all set and ready to go, we picked out the holes are done here. The holes still need to be put in the signature. But before I do that, I would like to get this inking done real quick. So let me grab my ink real quick, and we'll do that. I like to, you know, we do have some serious issues within society that, you know, need worked out. I do like to keep the chat somewhat light, you know, but we do talk about some serious things here, and that's never a problem for me, guys. If you feel we need to talk about something, or you have a question about something, feel free to bring it up in the chat. And I'm trying to keep up with the chat, you know, so I'm using the hickory smoke on the just on the pages that are mostly white. You know, I did some stamping on them the last time we were together, I believe, or the time before, maybe. Yeah, that's what it was, the time before. I did some stenciling, not stamping. Sorry. And now I want to ink around these white edges a little bit, you know, just give a little bit of oomph. Nothing too drastic, right? I mean, this is a beautiful color. I've never worked with this color before. It's growing on me. It's a little bit more gray than I would like. I like a gray with a little bit of, I don't know, maybe like a green in it, if that makes any sense. But yeah, I like this. I'm getting used to it. I do love the aged mahogany. Oh my gosh, you guys, I just love working with that one. Okay, what else here? Let's see, what else can I ink in this signature? Okay, this page can be inked as well. This has the little birdies on it, okay. I said, do ink on this. And, you know, I don't really think that the other side of these need inked. I'm just looking to make sure there's no white edge on there. So, yeah. Yeah, I'm not doing it very grungy. I'm not putting a lot of ink on here, but, you know, just to take that white edge off a little bit. Just a little bit grungy, but not much. So sometimes I can be heavy-handed with the ink and sometimes not. You know, it really just depends on my mood, to tell you the truth. You know, what I think I would like at the moment. There's no rhyme or reason for it for me. Oh, I see I'm going out of camera a little bit here. Sorry about that. I'll move back over into the camera space. There we go. All right, that looks good. Yeah. And yeah, I don't really think the other side needs ink. Ink. Oh, this is the outside one. This goes here. Okay, the coffee dyed paper, no. And this is our homemade alcohol ink paper. Not going to do that. And the music page, no. Coffee dyed, no. It already has a nice edge on it. And that looks good. All right, so I think just this center page that had this on it, you know, the wisteria vines. Okay, so looks like we only have 3 full sheets to do on one side in each signature, so this will go pretty quick. Well, but maybe if I move that up. You know, I'm trying to stay in frame, you guys. I look up at the camera and I'm like, oh, where am I at? Way off to the side there somewhere. All right. Move the ink up here a little bit. Make it a little bit easier here. Oh, goodness. Oh, as soon as I finish inking these pages, I'll catch up on the chat again, see where we're at. So this is what I really enjoy about making junk journals is, you know, the freedom to create a whole bunch of different things, all the different inks and paints, stencils and stamps and papers and laces and just everything, Okay. There we go. All right, so the first one is all inked, and we will move on. Janice, are you asking me, did I consider pink thread? I'm not sure. I think I'm caught up on the chat. There's not much chat going on right now, you guys, unless I'm missing something. And Janice, you still have relatives near Columbus? I have a few in Columbus still as well. And Zanesville is not very far from here. Last week, I was cutting the grass, and the side of the hill is on a slope for the front yard. So I kind of misstepped. I thought I was stepping down, and I thought I thought my step down was a lot closer than it was. And it kind of jarred my foot. I walked it off because I was cutting the grass at the time. And like I said, I went for a 5-mile walk this week, and maybe just, overusing my foot a little bit since then, and not giving it enough time to heal. It's a little aggravated. I've got some swelling going on in my right foot, a little bit of pain. Fortunately, just regular aspirin, like 325 milligram aspirin, has been working to make it tolerable, so it's not unbearable. And over the last week, I've only taken an aspirin 3 different times, so it must not be that bad, because I'm still up walking around and going on 5-mile walks and things like that. But it's just one of those little aggravating things, It lets me know that it's there. It's almost like having arthritis or something in my foot is what it kind of feels like. But I know what happened when it did happen was, like I said, I jarred my foot. Yeah. It'll get better. I'm just keep on doing what I'm doing, which today is get out there in the sunshine with Birdie. And I'm going to fill up her little kiddie pool. It's a hard plastic kiddie pool, children's pool. And I'll fill it up in the driveway today. Whoops, almost went flying away. And then let it warm up in the sun. And then I'll take her out there and give her a bath in the kiddie pool. She'll like that. Yeah, she'll like that. And let's see, one more will be the center one. In the meantime, while the water will be heating up today, I think I'm going to go ahead and cut the grass, because like I said, we've got a lot of rain here. this week. And yesterday was dry and windy. It was 65 yesterday and pretty windy. Today it's going to be 85. And the sun is out. And the grass is dry, but it's already high again. Yeah, imagine that grass high. Anyway. I think I will go ahead and cut the grass today too. It should take less than 2 hours. So that will be on my agenda for this afternoon. Is soaking up some of those sun rays. I so enjoy all of your company here this morning. As every Sunday morning when I go live, I'm always happy, to see you all here in the chat. Yeah, I appreciate everyone being here. Hands together and thumbs up for the mods. They do a great job making sure we don't get any trolls in here posting crazy links while we're live. And I've seen it happen on other people's live channels. It's kind of a scary thing when it happens, right? But the mods, they always take care of things like that, right? Okay. And the posting the links and things like that just makes it so nice. All right, here we go. So there's about 9 more by my calculations that need inked. Three more signatures and 3 in each signature, so it'll be 9 more pages here to do some inking on. Yeah, I see the, in the beginning of working on this junk journal, I really had no idea where I was going to, go with it. I never imagined that I'd be using charcoals and grays in this junk journal, but it's interesting how it's coming along. I like making Christmas junk journals too. They're a lot of fun for me. And shabby chic. I really like shabby chic and Victorian, things like that. Okay, I think I need a little bit more right in here. I was reading the chat real quick. I'm just trying to stay caught up on it. Okay. So along with my spring clean out, many of you already know I've been organizing as well. And the other day I was organizing all my favorite color pencils, brush pens, and some markers and things like that. When I finish inking these white pages here, I'll show you all real quick. Oh, come to think of it, guys, I'm going to have to do something. This is the one, Janet Nash sent me this. It is her collage paper, and she made a printout of it for me. I'm going to use this in the junk journal. Well, the inside page is white. This one I did not do any stenciling on yet because I added this after I did all my stenciling. So it's a good thing I'm like, stopping, seeing, as I'm going, making note of things that still need to be done in here. And this page is going to need a little bit of something in the background here. Some stenciling. So I will do that as well. Janet Nash's, this would be her masterboard collage page, right? I believe. Oh, it's so beautiful. I just love it with the hearts and the stamps and the colors that Janet used. Just is so pretty. It really is. You guys want to see that again? Really nice, isn't it? Okay. Yes. Yes. Yes, Janet. I'll make sure, when I send this off to Defy for them to put in their one of their monthly auctions, I'm not promising when. I'm hoping very soon I can get this done. But when I do send this off to Defy for that purpose, I'll make sure that I include a detailed description for the auction, so that different elements within the junk journal can be described without much guessing from whoever is introducing it during the auction. Okay, so they'll have all the details and they can read it off, and I'll provide all that information for Defy. Now, I don't know if you all remember, but these pages right here that I'm using in each signature, these are from Junk with Steph. That is the name of her her website. I'll see if I can find that address real quick. Junk with Steph. Yeah, she donates these to Defy every month. She makes those. Okay. So we have 2 more signatures, so that would be 6 more pages. And we'll be done with the inking part. Well, I do want to show you all what I ended up organizing my pens, my colored pencils. I put my watercolors in there. I'm not quite done yet. I just, I needed to find a storage solution for it, where I could have it all in one place and say, yeah, that's where it's at. Do you know what I mean? Like, instead of markers over here and colored pencils over there and watercolors here, and I wanted to have it all in one container, so to speak, instead of just, I had it in a drawer, and there's a lot of other things in that drawer too, not just the markers and the colored pencils and the watercolors and all that. So I wanted to have its own space, and I'll show you all what I kind of got going on with that so far. It is another work in progress that I'm still trying to process. All right. So let me make a note real quick before I forget. To stencil on Janet Nash insert. Okie dokie. That way I won't forget to do that. I put that on my note before I sew in the signatures. One of the things that I need to get done. Or, it's just easier to stencil before you sew in the signatures. But I will admit, I have in the past stenciled after I had sewn in the signatures. It's not as easy. It is doable, though. I will say that, but you have to put something underneath it, and then when it's drying, you have to put something in between it. I usually use like some kind of wax paper so that, it doesn't smear or anything like that. Get picked up on another page. So occasionally I will, think I want to put a stencil on something that's already sewn in. It can be done. It's just not as easy to do. And all the inking and stenciling and stamping and all of that I can do beforehand, I like to get that done first, just for the sake of ease, No other reason other than that. I saw Janice said she'll be right back. Okay, Janice. What else did I miss? Let me scroll up here real quick. Yes, Janice, if you're still here, I've got so much stuff to make Christmas journals. It's crazy. Yeah, I need to start using it up and getting rid of it. Oh, what else is going on in the chat? Let me see. I think I'm caught up. I've been staying on top of it today. Well, we have been here an hour and 45 minutes. As you all know, I usually go about 2 hours, so might go a little bit under, might go a little bit over today. I don't know. Let's see what happens here. Birdie is not barking this morning. She's being pretty quiet, so I've got my door open. She only did that little bit of talk in there where she wanted some attention right before I went and got a refill on my coffee. And she's been pretty quiet since then. Vanessa says a shoebox I'm guessing for keeping all the markers and whatnot together. Yes, I like that. Okay. We have the last signature to do. So there will be 3 more pages. And then I'm going to go back to Janet Nash's page. I want to go back to that signature. I put that one in. It's in the center signature because it's the only one that's, like that. I just put it in the center signature, made it easier. And I'm going to go look at that one to see what we can stencil on that one, on the white side. So what will be coming up this week for all of you? What kind of plans does everyone have this week? Anything special going on? Or is it going to be a quiet week, a busy week for you, a crafty week? Let me know in the chat. I'm just going to keep on doing what I do. Crafting, working on junk journals, and this junk journal. Try to get this finished as soon as possible. I do have some other projects in the works I'd like to get to. And I'm going to continue on my spring cleaning. I think the way it's going, and I'm glad I started earlier. I started before spring actually started with this clean out and organization, and throughout my house, so that I have a little bit extra time. It's probably going to take me all spring to get this done. Maybe not. I don't know. I would really like to have it finished by the end of May. This cleaning out and organizing. I think, when you all were here last week, I'd mentioned that when I was cleaning out my overflow kitchen equipment room, I discovered that I had 2 juicers and 2 bread makers and 2 steamers, 2 coffee bean grinders. Yeah, they all work too. Well, in all fairness, I will definitely be keeping both of the coffee bean grinders, because Sometimes I use a flavored coffee and sometimes I don't. And when I grind the beans, I would rather, it picks up the oils, the blades do, and inside of the coffee grinder. So rather than have all the coffee taste like a flavor, then only the coffee that I want to have a flavor has one, right? Because I'm using 2 coffee makers. Yeah, that is very nice, Janice, that you donated your. I much prefer to make it by hand also. I have not used my bread maker in a couple of years, honestly. I have not. The only thing nice about the bread maker, I would say, is the ease of it. Where you're able to just pour everything in and turn it on and walk away from it. So it does make a variety of really good breads. As making your own bread, though, by hand is more satisfying, I find. I agree. All right, I think that'll do it. Well, there's Birdie. She's talking again. Okay, let me go back to that center one real quick here. And plucked. Let's see what we have going on with the center one. So we have that one. That one. Okay. So this one is going to be different from all the other ones because it is an extra page that the other ones don't have. So we're going to use a different stencil this time on this one. I think I would like to try out this new butterfly one here. This is a different butterfly one. Let's see. I'll show you guys real quick on. So these are the butterflies that we used previously. Can you see those? Okay. So, well, I'm going to pick out a different flying direction of a butterfly for this one here. I'll probably use one of these going sideways ones now, instead of the full wing one. How's that sound? Sounds good to me. Let's see. I think I'll use this one. That's good. And only one page to do, so this will only take a few minutes to do, guys. Let's see. Make him come in like up like this way. Flying up into the page, maybe. You all hear Birdie down there? Yeah, she's just barking for the sake of barking at this point. Okay, pick that up. Oh, nice. Okay, and then we need to have one like in it, you know, kind of like up and down in here. Okay. Now what do I like coming up out of the bottom here? Okay. And one more. I'm going to do this one along the side here, kind of. There we go. All right. Okay. And that's that. So I'm not sure if the light's really picking that gray up too well there, but there we go. All right, all inked and all stenciled. And I am going to let that dry for a moment real quick. Oh, Debbie Brown, I can relate to that one. I could tell you that. Yeah, you mean like when everything just, I have to step over stuff to try to get to things. I have shelves and stuff, but there's so much organizing that still needs done that I'm stepping over things just to get to the shelves, right? I'm just using a baby wipe to get this excess ink off of the stencil. And I'm going to let that air dry now. Have a sip of my coffee. Well, let me put this one back in here. And I think I'm going to call it a day, everyone. As you can hear, Birdie down there, she thinks it's time to go do something. She's up, she's awake. She's saying, come on, let's go. So we've been live for close to 2 hours now. I could show you, you know, like do one real quick. I'll do one very fast here. Just I would sew in my signatures. I will sew in the last signature first. So the 5th signature I will sew in first. Well, I'm just going to get that one ready. Make sure all my pages are in the right direction real fast here. And I believe they are. I like to double check before I sew in the signatures, even though I check and recheck, you know. So Okay. And there are a few pages in here that are not full length pages. So I would like to get those lined up first. You know, where exactly I would like them to line up, like this one here. I want it to line up evenly in the center, okay? So get that in place first. And then there is one other page in here that is not a full length. Oh no, that's all right. This one, the bird page, it is lined up pretty good there. There we go. And then let's get this other one lined up real. And this one here. Let's get this one more centered here. So this is what I want to see real quick is with my template, where is this going to line up? And what would happen with this one is that it will catch here and here. And I don't think I really care for that. Because then there's a big floppy spot up here at the top that's not, you know, does not have a stitch in it. So I think what I want to do is I need to find my center. That's another thing, okay? So if I go like this, oh. What I'm doing, I'm going to fold this in half, but I'm lining up the top and the bottom holes on my pattern here. And see, when I do that, when I fold it in half, there are my center. My center is centered, okay? That's what I wanted to see, all right? So my center is centered, and what I want to do is get this lined up. Okay. So if I took this to the top instead, I think I might like to do that. All I'm doing right now is just lining up where my holes would be. And so I think I will take the first one that's not a full page. I'm going to line it up at the top. And then there's the other one that has the birds on it with the washi in the middle. I'm going to move it down to the bottom. So I have one at the top and one at the bottom. And that way it will catch more stitches. Okay. And then this one should, I think this one's going to miss it. Yep, this one is going to miss it. All right, I think this is a good time to call it a day, everyone, and go take care of Birdie Girl. I want to thank everyone for being here with me this morning, hanging out, having some coffee, or you're having tea, or I believe Debbie Brown had Mountain Dew even. Thanks for crafting along, or just hanging out, stopping by to say hi. And if you're watching the replay, I hope you enjoyed. All right, everyone. I will see you in another live next time. For sure. Unless something drastic happens, I will see you at Janet Nash's live tomorrow morning at 9 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. And everyone have a fantastic day. Bye, everyone.